Hey, so today I want to talk about something a bit weird and something that I actually put a little work into with the attempt of better explaining what I want to talk about. And what I mean by that is I'll explain literally. And I'm talking about dating apps. Now, if anyone doesn't know what a fucking dating app is, it's self explanatory. It's an app for dating. But in my entire life, I've talked to people about relationship related topics, and I've had some people who mentioned in passing that I should try dating sites. And I've said the same thing every time, and that's I'd rather die. Look, I don't have a very good perception on dating sites. Like if someone uses a dating site, that's fine. Like I don't have a problem with people using a dating site. Like I like if you want to like just if you just want to hurry up and find someone, then go for it. But like I hate the idea of dating sites. I despise it because it just feels empty, right? Like it feels like nothing. Like I don't know, man. It's just like it just bothers me because it's like one of those things where it's like, well, what's the point of love if you're just gonna have if you have to just like force yourself to look desperate, act desperate, and go onto a website where you find other people who are so desperate that they've lowered their standards just so they can date you. Like it's just you want someone that you connect with and you like, but dating sites don't do that. Dating sites are just like you connect you connect like online and then you like start talking. It says, hi, hello, I'm 35 and desperate, please go out with me. And it's like, oh, okay. It's like, okay, please also marry me and give me children because my life is almost over. And obviously, like I said, as I said I was going to explain, I actually put a little effort into this one as to look at something about dating sites because I wanted to see if dating sites were as desperate and weird as I thought they'd be. Because I never wanted to use a dating site. I still don't want to use a dating site. But I thought, what if I downloaded a dating site for a day so I could see how a dating site works, see who the people that are on the dating site works, and see if it's as desperate and weird as I think it is. And that's what I did. So I downloaded a dating app and I wanted to see, is it as bad as I think it is? And the answer to that is kinda. Kind of. It's kinda like that. So I used a dating site to see if it was as weird as I thought it was. And I realized that, like, I don't know if all dating sites are like this. I used only one because I wanted to see what, like, a popular dating site thing would be like. And the dating site was just basically a glorified Twitter, basically. It was just people posting like social media things, and it would just have a thing where you like, oh, you could swipe left, swipe right, type generic shit. It wasn't Tinder or anything like that. It was some other thing, but like, I wanted to see what exactly went down on dating sites. Like, what was the purpose other than just like this desperation? And when I got to it, it was just weird because there were some things where it was just like, okay, whatever. Or it seemed like some people were just using it as like some generic social media site. And then there were people who were like losing their fucking minds about like dating, and they were the exact amount of desperate that I expected. Now, I'm not gonna shit on people for being lonely and desperate for love. Like, I'm not gonna shit on people for that. I understand. Like, I feel bad because like these people just want someone, and they like I think everyone at least deserves love in their life, you know. But like desperation really doesn't help. And I'm gonna be real, dating apps are definitely not the way to be with someone. Because and here's why I don't like dating apps and websites and shit. It's because, like I said, you're being matched by the website. You can like, not to mention, you're not really like going to someone based on their profile. You're going based on their like picture. You just see a picture and they're like, oh, this is Samantha and she's 22 from fucking Connecticut. And that's it. That's like all the info you get most of the time. I mean, this on this dating site, you got more. You got like actually like, they would like talk about themselves in their profile. But a lot of the time with like some dating sites, it's literally just a picture. It tells you their name, their age, and you basically just go off their looks, which is shallow. But like, hey man, if you want to date on looks, that's you. I'm not going to tell you how to be romantic, so whatever. But dude, like, so many times there was just times where like I saw people like posting on the thing on this dating app, and it was just people being like, God, how do I find love? Or, oh, how I'm just experiencing nothing but heartbreak. Oh, it's so sad. And then if it wasn't that, it was almost like it was like minion memes and gifs, and it was just it was like it was like on Facebook. It was like I was on fucking Facebook with like a bunch of like 30 to 50-year-old women just posting gifs and minions, and I kind of just wanted to die as I scrolled through it, because part of me felt bad, right? Part of me felt bad for these like people who were like they just want to find someone, right? Like they're lonely, they just want to find someone, but like, God, their posts were so cringe, and I don't like really just saying that. I don't really like just saying like, oh, things are cringe. But it was like Facebook GIF memes and minions, and I was just like, oh my God, these are literally Facebook moms. And whenever I did see a man on the thing, he would post like the most. And I've said this before. I hate the word incel. I hate the word incel. I think it is such an overused word, and it's used wrong every fucking time. But I can't explain it any other way. But the posts that most of the men on there would put were incel posts. And like I said, I hate the word incel, but that's what it was. They were incel posts. They were posting things like, man, women don't want to fuck me because women only care about looks and money. Or there was one guy who was like posting about like a fucking Ferrari or something. Like he was like, women don't want the little boys, they want the men with the Ferrari. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it was like every once in a while there was just like a bunch of like desperate women posting Facebook memes, and then there was just men like posting like incel shit about how women don't like men and feminism has killed dating, and men just can't get a good girl because, and it's like, no, you fucking moron, like you're on a dating site, like match with some fucking people. You can't just go on and act like you're some intellectual fucking deity that no girl can stand up to, and women just don't like men. Just fucking, you're on an app designated for dating. Fucking talk to someone. Jesus Christ. Like, it was so awkward. And then sometimes there were like nice things. Like I saw some posts where I was like, okay, these are normal posts where someone was just like saying hello, or I saw someone doing like cosplay, and that was nice. And there was just some people showing like their pictures they took, and it was nice. Some of it was nice. Some of it was just like people chilling, having fun, and then some people were like desperate, like women who were just like wanting something so bad, and like incel men. And I'm gonna keep saying it. I hate the word incel, but I have no other way to say what they're doing other than just like this, like mindset of all women hate men, and it's like I get that there's a lot of like bad feminists out there, but not every woman is like this man hater. And not to mention, not every feminist hate men, because feminism technically got like a bad rap because of the bad feminist on the internet. Like feminism itself is not a bad thing. It's the problem is the bad group of feminists, which is how everything is. That's how all is. Groups of men, groups of women, groups of whites, great groups of black. It doesn't fucking matter. Every group has bad people who like have this fucked worldview. Feminism isn't bad. It's the like radical feminist, I think is what you'd call it. I don't really know. I hate using the word radical because I usually tie it with like political things, and I hate politics in its entirety. Look, whatever. But the point is, I used the website, and it was men posting about how women are shallow and don't want men unless they have money, and women posting like minions memes, Facebook memes, and I was just so fucking uncomfortable. But like, I wanted to use the site because I wanted to see, what is a dating app? Is it as desperate and weird as I thought? And the answer was kind of. It wasn't really, because I wasn't seeing a lot of, like, when you looked at people's profiles, there wasn't a lot of desperation. It was just kind of people talking about themselves, showing pictures. And to the most part, it seemed kind of just, kind of tame, kind of whatever. But there were a lot of desperate, really, really desperate people, and a lot of people who just had this fucking view of, I can't find love because everyone's evil type thing. And it was just like, I don't understand. But I tried. I used the site because I wanted to see, or used the app because I wanted to see what is a dating app. Because for some reason, I've been told a couple times to use one. I don't know why, but I don't like dating apps. I don't like the idea of dating apps. And if people like it, that's fine, but I don't want to use a dating app. And my reason is from, like I said, I don't like the forced connection, the forced chemistry, because the whole point is that you're going to date. That's the point. That's why you're doing it in the first place. There's no mystery. There's nothing. There's like no connection. There's no build up. There's no small companionship that comes before the relationship. It's just you basically just get into a text message battle with some random desperate person. And you're like, oh my God, I've been lonely so long. Me too. Let us be together. Okay. And that's it. That's so boring. That's so shit. Like, I get it. Like, relationships aren't going to be some Cinderella story where you like, or like some fucking crazy story where you bump into a girl at the hallway, she drops her books, and you bend down, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'll get these for you, and you give her books back, and she flips her hair out of her face, she's like, oh my God, thanks. And you're like, oh, thanks, my name is Mark Fuckle, nice to meet you. And she's like, oh my God, he's so handsome. Like, it doesn't work like that, okay? I understand how the real world works. But dating sites and apps are so desperate that I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like desperation. I like, no matter how lonely I get, I will never use a dating site with the intent to actually date someone. I used it just solely so I could see if it was as desperate and crazy as I thought it was going to be. And it wasn't. It was nowhere near as bad. But there were desperate people and there were weird men. So I technically got what I wanted out of it, which was to see if it's as weird as it is. But at the end of the day, I don't like dating apps. I don't want to use dating apps. I don't want it. If I, like, I'm going to be real. If I can't create a connection with someone in the physical fucking world and, eventually make something of that, then honestly, I don't care. Like, I will stay single forever if it means that I, don't have to fucking use a desperate site when I'm like fucking 40 and I'm like, I've never even held a girl's hand. Please, someone just love me already. And it's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I will never use a dating app outside of this one instance where I wanted to see what it was like. And if it was something that maybe I had misunderstood, but the reality was I didn't. I had it a little misunderstood, but other than that, it was still desperate. It was still kind of creepy, and I did not like it. And like, I don't mind like if people like connect over the internet, that one's fine. Like, if you like create like a long distance relationship over the internet, that's fine. But most people do that from like, oh, they play a video game together and they just happen to meet, or they're on Twitter and there just happens to be an exchange that causes them to talk. Like, I don't know. Like, that's different because you're not going with the intent of dating. You're doing something and you just happen to connect with someone, right? Dating apps are designed for you to be forced to connect to that person. You are talking to that person with the intent of one day holding their hand, kissing them, fucking them, and eventually marrying them. That is the intent of dating sites, is to eventually have a gradual increase in a relationship, but not in a normal way of human connection, but in a basic, hey, you're with this person now, be happy. And it's like, that's boring, it's empty, and it's just like there's nothing there. I don't want to be told that I have to fall in love with someone just because I'm lonely and I have to give up. Like, that's what I see dating sites are. I see them as just giving up. You give up on your relationship, you give up on dating, and that you were just going to cut out the middleman and just hurry up. Just hurry the fuck up and just grab someone who's also desperate. And I hate that. I hate it because you're not connecting over your passions, your personality, or nothing, your anything. You're connecting over desperation, and that sucks. Because once that desperation wears off, your relationship will not last because you'll realize, oh shit, we don't actually care about each other. And maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong, because I've seen people who have met over dating sites and they're happy together, and some people even stay together for years and years and years. But for me personally, I just see it as just so desperate that you're going to just give up on dating, right? And me personally, like I said, I'd rather stay single forever than ever date someone from a dating app. I used it just so I could explore it. And once I realized that it was the most cringe shit I've ever looked at, I deleted my account instantly and realized, yeah, maybe this is super not for me. So to all all the people in my life that ever told me use a dating site, what the fuck is wrong with you? Apparently they think I'm a minion posting Facebook mom. But yeah, look, hey, if you use a dating site, that's fine. It's your thing. You can do it. If you're desperate, go for it. I don't judge. I'm not going to judge people's interests in that thing. Obviously, if you're posting weird shit on the internet, I'm going to fucking judge just because it's on the internet. You put something on the internet, you're open for judgment even if you don't deserve it. But I'm not going to judge people for just wanting to find love and, whatever. I just personally think the dating apps are shit. I think they're just desperation grabbers that they just find the saddest people and be like, hey, we can find you love. And then those people either get matched with someone who's equally as desperate and then the relationship falls out because they only matched over desperation, or someone just ends up getting depressed because no one wants to be with them. So yeah, I'd rather not use a dating app. But let's be real, the likelihood of you just falling in love with someone that you meet in your real life is almost like zero. It's about like 0.1%. But hey, I'll take those odds over using a fucking dating site. So yeah, anyway, that's dating apps, dating sites. And I actually researched this one a bit. So hey, for once, I mean, I did research some of my videos. Like some of the video games I talk about, I research a bit. But this one I actually did research and I went into an app to actually research it. So yeah, cool. I actually put a little effort in for once. So yeah, anyway, I think dating apps are desperate and kind of shit. But if you use one, good for you, go for it. So yeah, I don't know. Dating apps are fucking weird, bro. And they post some weird shit on there. So yeah, whatever.